They built a fence around this tree decades ago, and touching it will land you in a world of trouble. In 1630, a single pear tree traveled all the way across the Atlantic Ocean to the United States of America, where it was planted by John Endicott to become a meaningful symbol very soon. The tree quickly served as a familiar element for the incoming pilgrims and Europeans to their new home, Massachusetts, USA. The former governor planted the tree in his 300-acre property in Salem. It was moved afterwards to its current location in Danvers, Massachusetts. Endicott cultivated extensively up until his death in 1665. Over the years, that single tree stuck around for all to see. Unfortunately, the pear tree started to show signs of decay as early as 1763, but it continued to bear fruit into the future, perhaps a symbol of what hope it represented. By the early 1800s, the pear tree had become something of a legend around those parts of Massachusetts. Even President John Adams was said to have been a fan of its pears. He would often eat them and talk about how great they were. The next generations of the Endicotts maintained the tree, and it was soon a literary reference to many writers as Henry Wadsworth Longfellow and poets as Lucy Larcom. The pear tree survived through the seasons and years until 1964. Vandals struck it and left nothing but a jagged stump. Luckily, it was not the end of the story. Standing behind the symbolism of the tree, locals rallied around the historic Endicott pear tree, erecting a strong fence to ensure its protection from harm's way. A year earlier, the stubborn tree started to show signs of rejuvenation. After that, it appeared as though nothing was going to stop the pear tree from growing to its full potential. Eventually, the tree grew back to its original glory, and in 2011, it amazingly became an official American landmark. Today, the Endicott pear tree is the oldest surviving cultivated tree in the United States of America. It's also an import symbol to many people around the country and holds a special place in the hearts of the people of Danvers. At one point in the early 2000s, members of the Danvers Preservation Commission lobbied to have the tree featured on a stamp that would be circulated around the United States. Unfortunately, it never came to fruition. Surprisingly, not only is the Endicott pear tree still alive and thriving to this day, but it still bears fruit every year. People from around the world can come and receive a pear right from its historic tree in Massachusetts. When Endicott planted the tree in 1630, he was quoted as saying, "I hope the tree will love the soil of the old world, and no doubt when we have gone, the tree will still be alive." It looks like his dream finally came true after all. Almost 4 centuries later, Endicott's legacy is still standing through the pear tree.